In this lecture, we're going to go ahead and go through the tech support system that was referred to in the lecture earlier. Hopefully you've had a chance to go completely through that lecture. I've opened up Tech Support Complete. I will upload the source code for you if you want to look at it. Just waiting on BlueJ to open. So this system uses responder and input reader as we look at the support system. So it's a support system somewhere in here. We'll have both of them. There's input reader and responder. So in the constructor, we're going ahead and creating both of these instances for our use. By now, you should be very familiar with that and have no great struggles. Start is the beginning of this loop. Something would call this and execute start. This is an infinite loop at this point. Until finished becomes true, it'll exit. Here's where we initialize. So while not finished, continue to do this. We're going to go ahead and do a hash string input reader, and the reader is coming from input reader. We'll go take a look at that in a second. If whatever they type has the word by anywhere in it, that's what contains does, then finished is true, we'll exit out. Otherwise, we'll generate a response based on their input and go from there. They have limited input at this point. Here's a welcome message that would get called, and then goodbye, which is also done. Here's your goodbye call. Here's your welcome call. All right, so we're pretty complete in our code. Let's go ahead and go look at the reader input. All right, so input reader, I said it backwards a second ago. One method gets the input. It's going to print this out, read a line from the keyboard, trim it all out, move it to lowercase. This was in the presentation. This is going to parse it by spaces. This is a very important statement. I hope you understand how it works. Here we have our list of words. Now we're going to put them in an array, and we're going to return back those words back to the method that it came from. Okay? Responder. What's going to end up having a responder is we're going to call in with a word, and we're going to get a response from them. So generate a response based on these words. And so we're going to go through the words that they sent, and then we're going to get each word. Okay, response map get. Response map is up here. Get, and it's going to get a specific word. Remember, this is a hash map, so based on this word, it's going to go look for a response. If there is a response found, it would come through here. Otherwise, it'll stop at response. So there, pick a default response. So if it's this, then pick a default response. Here's where we're populating all the responses. And here's your default. So based on what they have, that's fill default, sorry, pick default response, comes back in here, generates a random number, and then it's going to go ahead and say one of the default responses based on the index number. Okay? So this code is fairly innocuous. It's not doing anything major, but it does demonstrate random. It demonstrates the use of a hash map, use of an array list, use of a variety of different things. This is all helpful for this week's exercise. It's also helpful for your quiz, and it's helpful for other just general knowledge as well. All right, with that, that's the end of this quick overview of tech support system, which was referred to in the lecture.